There's been something you've been trying to change. You get excited, you get started, and somehow you end up in the same place again. And the change doesn't stick. I'm Jerry S. Lin with the 5-Second Reflex, and we teach men and women who are tired of change that never lasts how to uncover the hidden patterns quietly running your life, and teach you exactly how to retrain them at the root to make lasting change so you can finally choose to live the life you want. See, maybe it's that career you've been sitting in the same chair in the same job for 5 years, maybe 10. And every Sunday night, that feeling comes back, that low, quiet dread sitting in your chest. You know, you're meant for something more. You've known it for a while now, but you told yourself, this year, I'm gonna make that move. And then Monday happened, and the bills were real, and the family was counting on you, and the timing wasn't quite right. And you told yourself, not today. Soon though, just not today. And somehow, another year went right by. See, maybe it's that business you've had the idea for years. You've thought about it in the shower, you sketched it out on a napkin, you told a couple of people about it who got excited with you, and you almost started, but something stopped you. Could be fear, maybe some doubt, the voice that said, who are you to do that? What if it fails? What will people think? And so the idea is still sitting there, whether it's in your notes, in your app, or on a folder on your desktop, or just quietly in the back of your mind every single day, just waiting. Maybe it's your temper. You get triggered by your spouse or your kid or your boss, and before you even realize what's happening, the words are already out of your mouth, and you're standing there thinking, man, why did I do that again? I promised myself I wouldn't do that again. Maybe it's drinking, the overeating, smoking, the late night scrolling, right? The way you shut down the moment someone tries to get close. The way you say yes when part of you is screaming no. Or maybe it's bigger, quieter, all of that. Maybe you've just been trying to finally feel like you're actually enough, and you tried. You really have tried. And I want you to hear that. You have genuinely, sincerely tried. You read the books. You highlighted every single line that hit home. You felt something shift. You went to therapy. You sat across from someone, unpack it all. And you understood exactly where it came from and why you do it. What it's all connected to, and real insight, real work. And you listened to the podcast on the way to work, and you heard someone describe your exact situation out loud, word for word, and you thought, that's it, that's finally it. And then maybe you went all in. Maybe you even went to a seminar. You know the one, the big room with thousands of people, the music, the energy, all that energy. You're on your feet, you're fired up, you're writing things so fast that your hands can barely keep up, and something cracked open in you, something real. You walked out of that weekend feeling like a completely different person, like the weight was gone, like you finally had the answer, and you did the work. You came home, you changed, and day one, you felt different. Then day two, you're still holding on to it. It's feeling great. Then day three comes around, and you could feel it starting to slowly slip away. And by the end of the week, maybe 2 weeks, if you really fought for it, you were back to your old self. Not because the seminar was wrong, not because the teacher didn't work or didn't know what they were doing, but because you got the inspiration, you got the information, you got the emotion. What you didn't get was the reps. And without the reps, the old reflex was just sitting there, patiently waiting, because it had been practicing for years and decades. And if you gave the new pattern 3 days total. So you told yourself you weren't disciplined enough, you weren't committed enough, didn't want it badly enough, and you started looking for the next thing that might finally make it stick. See, this is not a personal failure. This is a systems problem. And today I'm going to tell you exactly why it didn't work and what we do here at the 5-second reflex that is actually different. See, I remember vividly I was 17 years old. It was Friday night. My buddy and I were heading to get some Vietnamese pho noodle at our regular spot. I'm cruising in my jet black Honda with these huge shiny rims, windows down, the music bumping, subwoofer just boom boom, without a care in the world. And my buddy points at the sign. He says, "Turn here, Hyde Street, right there." I looked up and I squinted at the sign. I said, "Where?" He looked at me and he goes, "Jerry, you can't see that?" I asked him, "You can see that? It's not blurry to you?" I said, "Jerry, you sure you should be driving right now?" Looking back, I'd been sitting in the back of classrooms since the 7th grade, copying off the kid next to me because I couldn't see the blackboard. See, I've been driving for 2 years and squinting at everything. Never said a word to anyone because I thought that's just how things looked. Blurry was my norm. See, 2 weeks later, I got a new pair of glasses and I walked out in that parking lot and I looked out and I stopped. The world was completely different. The leaves on the tree, the faces, the signs, half a block away, sharp and clear, whole. I've been living in a blur so long that I thought that the blur was reality. So most of you who know me always see me cleaning my glasses, right? I'm always with my rag, whether it's this one, my eyeglass cloth, cleaning my glasses. Why? Because I never want to be stuck in that blurred state again. And the reason I'm telling you this is because 20 years later, I had the house in the perfect neighborhood with the perfect family, 3 kids, a dog, multiple businesses, and from the outside, it looked like everything was exactly right. And I felt completely empty inside. I just didn't know it. I was so busy running 3 mission-critical businesses, raising 3 daughters, being everything to everyone, that my life was one big blur until a brain aneurysm stopped me cold. And in that stillness, I finally saw clearly for the first time in decades. And here's what I know now. Most people are living that same blurry life without even realizing it. That's why you snap at people you love the most and don't know why. That's why you keep doing the things you promised yourself you'd never do again. That's why you feel like something is missing even when everything looks right on paper. So you're not broken, you're just living a little blurry. And just like eyesight, you can't grab a pair of glasses off the shelf and expect to see clearly. Everyone needs their own prescription. At 5-second reflex, that's exactly what we build. Your custom prescription, so you can finally see what's been quietly running your life. And once those glasses are on, you can't unsee it and you won't want to. That's exactly what we do at 5-second reflex. We don't hand you a generic pair of glasses and send you home. We build your custom prescription. We help you see exactly what's been blurry in your life, why your attempts to change keep sliding back, and what specific work needs to happen inside your nervous system to finally see clearly and stay that way. So if you want to learn our proven 6-step rewire method to help you see clearly, make sure you stick around. Now let me tell you how I got here, because it wasn't a straight line. I built 4 companies over 4 decades. Colo Watch, I ran a critical internet infrastructure for critical transactions for Visa, Walmart, government agencies, 3-letter organizations whose names I still don't say out loud. We maintained 99.999. That's 5 nines uptime. That's a total of 5 minutes and 15 seconds of downtime allowed in an entire year. We hit it every year, year after year. Later, I founded Elite Canine Academy, and we became one of only 3 certified police canine training facilities in all of Texas. 3 years, trained more than 300 dogs, and on day 1, my head dog trainer, Tom Sawyer, looked at me and says something that didn't really hit me until years later. He said, Jerry, the dog is a mirror. Whatever's happening in your body, your tension, your hesitation, your fear, your confidence, the dog feels it all. You're not training the dog, you're training yourself. Now listen, I heard the words, but I hadn't embodied them yet. Then came my first sleeve catch. And if you've never done this before, know what I'm talking about. That's when a handler sends the dog to bite your arm on command. And I had this thick training sleeve on that's built for this exact thing. So Tom looks at me and says, relax. If you don't, that dog's gonna get you hard. Now Joey, he's a 78-pound, sable-colored German Shepherd, Schutzen 3 trained. He was no joke. So this dog, his job was to come flying in, bite my arm, twist me back, slam me to the ground, hold me there. And before he ever touched me, he already knew what exactly to do. That's what he practiced day in and day out, because energy doesn't lie. So Tom's standing there, I'm 100 yards out, and I'm looking at him with the sleeve on, and I'm just sweating profusely because I know what's coming at me. And I am so nervous. I don't know if you've ever had a dog charging at full speed at you, German Shepherd at that, black face, sable body, coming at you, knowing he's gonna grab your arm and flip you on the ground. And so Tom says, ready? And he launches him. And here comes Joey barreling down right at me, and boom, I catch him and I go down on the floor, just as he's trained to do. And he's holding me there. Tom gives the ouse, and Joey goes running right back. Here I am, wind knocked out of me, thinking, what the hell did I just get myself into? So Tom tells me to breathe and relax and reset. He's yelling, Jerry, just calm down. So I try, I get up again, and I take a deep breath. Okay, I'm ready for this, but my body is just freaking out. It's 110 degrees outside, 90% humidity. I'm sweating profusely, and I'm in this gear and got the sleeve on, and Joey already took me down once. And then I take this deep breath, and I'm like, all right, Joey. He sends Joey off again. Boom! And here comes Joey running, and I brace because I know what's coming. I brace for it, and boom, boom, boom. I'm down again. He got me right. Now this last time, Tom calls ouse. Joey runs back. This last time he goes, Jerry, try this. Take a couple of breaths, calm down, and see what Joey does. And so I stood there, and this time was different. I took 3 deep breaths. I looked over and I saw these daisies that were growing out in the grass. It was so strange. They're like weeds, but they're daisies just coming up. I calmed myself down and I just looked at those daisies. And Tom sent the dog, and I put my arm down and I just stayed relaxed, staring at the daisies. And all of a sudden, boom, Joey runs right past me, circles around, and sits right next to me. I was like, what the heck just happened? And for the first time, I realized my body was stopping the screaming from danger. It realized that as long as I was calm, Joey would just blast right past me. Why? Because I wasn't broadcasting fear anymore. And that's the point. I didn't get it from one explanation. I got it from repetition. Then 15, 20, 30 catches later, that's when it stopped being information and became integration. So I was able to learn how to train these dogs based upon controlling my own emotions, regulating my own nervous system, so they knew how to mirror me. So 300 dogs later, I finally understood what Tom was trying to teach me from day one. The nervous system runs the behavior. Always. And that's why this matters, because most people think they need a new identity. They don't. They need practice. Because we always heard what? Practice makes what? No, practice doesn't make perfect. It makes permanent. So you better damn well practice what you want yourself to do automatically. And because people need the reps too to form a new pattern, just like these dogs. Years later, I built 8 mesh networks. We monitored smart cities for 2.1 million devices across 120 countries. Built dashboards so precise, I could tell you the moment a streetlight failed in Singapore in real time. But I had no dashboard for myself. See, I was monitoring entire cities, and I couldn't see what was happening inside my own living room. Now here's where I need to be honest with you, because what happened next wasn't just one thing. It wasn't a clean story with a single turning point. It was everything at once over half a decade. 5 collapses, including a bankruptcy that took everything I had built. I had to rebuild it again. A brain aneurysm that gave me 50% odds I'd make it past 10 days. I made it home, yet I told no one because the program running inside me absorbed it to carry it, protect everyone else first. Then a divorce that no one knew about as well. Not even my father knew about it when he passed away. Then my 3 daughters became estranged from me. See, 5 things that individually would bring most people to their knees, all of them mine. And I sat in the middle of all of that, a man who had maintained 5 nines uptime for the internet, who rewired the nervous systems of over 300 dogs, and who had built dashboards for critical infrastructure across 120 countries. And I could not figure out why my own life kept collapsing. I had the intelligence, I had the discipline, I had decades of building and solving and engineering complex systems, and I was completely blind to the one system that had been running everything the whole time. That was myself. That was my blur. Not a blurry street sign this time, a blurry life. And I finally had to stop and ask the only question that mattered. Why? Why does this keep happening? And what do I have to do to finally be at peace? See, that question is what built everything you're about to learn on this channel. I did what engineers do, and I reverse engineered how human systems actually works. Over 5 years, I focused on how my systems worked, because I didn't find peace through motivation. I didn't find it through discipline. I didn't find it through reading the right books or attending the seminars or through therapy. I didn't find it through hitting success that I thought would change. As long as I hit this, then I would feel like this. I found it by finally seeing clearly, by understanding what was actually running me, and by doing the reps, the right reps, at the right level until the patterns became the automatic ones. I found the root cause. That is your 5-second reflex, and I built it so that you don't have to lose everything before you finally get your glasses. So let me show you what was actually happening, because once you see this, you cannot unsee it. Before I go there, if this is resonating with you, hit the like and subscribe button. It helps me build this community and create more useful content so you can live the life you want. And here's what most personal development, most therapy, most self-help content never tells you. You don't have one brain. You have 3. The first brain is your head brain. It's your logical brain. This is where you think. This is the one you think is running the show. It gives you reason. It does language, sets goals, makes promises to yourselves, writes in journals, highlights the books. Sounds powerful, right? But here's the catch. Your head brain only processes about 10 bits of data per second. That's 10. Your second brain is your heart brain. See, this is your emotional center, your connection, your love, compassion, belonging. It's also where heartbreak is. This is the part of you that desperately wants to feel seen and loved and safe, that lights up in big seminars in that room, that cries during the breakthrough moments. And then there's your third brain. That's your gut brain right here. This is your autopilot, the part that controls your heartbeat without you thinking about it. It keeps you balanced when you walk. It drives your car while your mind is somewhere else completely. It turns off the lights in a room you've walked through 1,000 times without a single conscious thought. See, this is the brain you train to shoot that basketball, to swing that golf club, to ride a bike. And this is the brain where every habit, every reaction, every pattern you've ever built lives. Your gut brain processes 1 billion bits of data per second. 1 billion versus 10. That's 100 million times difference. So here's the question. When those two go to war, when your head brain says stay calm and your gut brain fires those old patterns, who do you think wins? Exactly, every single time without fail, it is the gut. And this is why willpower doesn't work. This is why weekend of inspiration doesn't stick. This is why you can understand exactly what and why you have to do something and still not be able to stop doing it or start doing it. And by the time your logical brain decides how you should respond, your gut already fired. The words already came out your mouth. The drink was already poured and down your throat. The yes was already said. The business idea was already buried back in the notes app. See, the reflex already ran the play, and underneath all of that autopilot, underneath every automatic reaction, you have your responses that are shaped by what I call the 4 cores. The first core is your core beliefs, the lens you see through, the deep worldview that tells you what is and isn't possible for you, why you believe what you believe about yourself, about the world, about what you deserve. The second core is your core values, your internal compass. It's what matters, what's right, what's wrong, what's worth protecting, what's worth fighting for. Then you have your third core. That's your core identity, the foundation of who you believe you are. See, built over the years from everything you've experienced, everything you've been told, everything you've told yourself. A lot of this came from when you were 7 years old or 8 years old and accumulated until now. And then the fourth, trauma. And before you skip past that word, I want to reframe it. Trauma isn't just the one big obvious event. It's also the slow drip, the parent who said, you can do better every single time, even after you win. The boss who dismissed you in front of everyone else. The relationship where love felt conditional. The moment someone laughed at your idea and you decided somewhere deep down and automatic to never share it again. See, these aren't just memories. They are programs running in your gut right now, deciding how you react before your conscious mind even gets to vote. These 4 cores are the operating system running your autopilot, and nobody ever handed you the manual on how to operate it. Now here's the part I really need you to sit with, because this is the reason this channel exists. Imagine you want to learn how to shoot a free throw. And I sit here, I sit you down, and I teach you everything, the mechanics, the arc, the follow through with the wrist, the footwork, the mental resets between each shot. I teach it to you with diagrams, and I draw it out, and I show you highlight reels, and then I quiz you on the techniques, and then you ace the test. Guess what? Now I hand you the ball. Can you shoot it? Probably not, because knowing and doing are 2 completely different things. Same with a golf swing, right? Same with kicking a soccer ball. I can teach you until I'm blue in the face. I can hand you every framework, every model, every concept, but until you practice it under pressure with other people who are good at it, with a coach watching what your body is actually doing and telling you in real time what to adjust. See, you don't have the skill. You have the information, and here's what nobody wants to admit. What does practice make again? Yeah, no, not perfect. Practice doesn't make perfect. Practice makes permanent. So here's the real question. What have you been practicing? If you've been practicing shutting down under stress for 15 years, your body has perfected that. If you've been practicing the story, I'm not good enough, since you were 9 years old, your gut brain has made that the default reflex. If you've been practicing saying yes when you mean no for so long that your mouth moves before your mind catches up, even knows what you agreed to. See, you haven't been failing to change. You have successfully, efficiently, permanently been reinforcing the wrong pattern. You've been getting reps in, just in the wrong direction. And the answer is not more information. The answer is better reps in the right direction with someone watching your form. So here's where we are. You've been living with a blur you didn't know was optional. You've been trying to change at the level of your thought, while the patterns live at the reflex in your gut. You've been doing reps, just the wrong ones, for a really long time. And now you know why. See, this channel is where that changes. We teach you exact methods here. The rewire method, the 3 brains, the 4 cores, tools that work at every level where the automatic behavior actually lives. In the body, in the nervous system, below the thought, below willpower, below motivation, at the very root of it all, at the level of the reflex. But I need you to hear this clearly. Watching this channel is not enough. I can teach you how to shoot that free throw until I'm blue in the face. But until you pick up the ball and take that shot and miss and readjust and do it again under pressure with someone watching your form and telling you what to do next. See, you don't have the skill. You have the information, so you might know what to do. Just as G.I. Joe used to say, knowing is only half the battle. What's the rest? What's the other half? Information without the reps is just really good intention. And this is why we don't just have a YouTube channel. We have a community called the Reset Room. We have coaches. We have live practice sessions. We have a Reflex gym where you can practice in real time, practice in your mind through visualization, practice with others in role play and sparring with these reactions, with these reflexes, because you need the reps. You need other people doing the work alongside you, and you need someone watching your form and telling you what to adjust in real time, to show you what you've been missing, to interrupt those patterns. And that is the 5-second reflex. And you can find us at 5sr.org. Now let me give you the proof. See, I smoked 30 cigarettes a day for 23 years. I tried willpower, and that lasted about 15 months. Then back again. I tried hypnosis, and that lasted 3 days. It lasted through a bachelor party and a wedding. Neither one reached the level where the habit actually lived. See, down in the body, in the automatic wiring below thought, at the root. Then I did 21 days of body level reprogramming, working at the level of the reflex, not through thought. And the whole process, the 21 days, I was still smoking the whole time. Then on October 3rd, 2014, 4 cigarettes in my mouth at the same time, because I promised myself this time I'm really gonna stop. So at 11:59 p.m., I put all 4 cigarettes out in my backyard, and I haven't had one since. Don't get me wrong, I had urges. A couple of days later, I found a full pack of cigarettes in my car on the way to work. And I didn't even have to convince myself to get rid of it. I knew I had to get rid of it, even though my old instincts told me, don't waste that pack. It's okay, once you finish smoking it and you can go again. See, I didn't have to convince myself. So when I exited the freeway, there was a homeless man on the corner, and he was holding this sign, we'll work for food or we'll work for money. Anything helps. And so I see this guy standing there. I roll down the window and I asked him, I go, you want these? The guy looked at me and said, nah, man, those things will kill you. I'm good. I'd like a bottle of water if you have that. Of course, I have bottled water in the car, so I give him the bottled water. And that's when I knew I was doing the right thing. If that homeless man knew better than me on not smoking cigarettes, I was just in awe. Wow. See, this is not a quit smoking story. This is proof that a reflex built through 23 years of daily repetition can be permanently replaced without willpower, without white knuckling it, without fighting yourself into exhaustion every single day. What 300 dogs taught me is true. Any pattern can be rewired every single time. The only variable is who programmed it and whether you're ready to start the right rep. So if you're tired of change that never lasts, you're in the right place. We teach you how to uncover the hidden patterns quietly running your life, retrain them at the root level, and finally change that actually sticks. I'm Jerry S. Lin, Human Systems Engineer, creator of the 5-second reflex. And if you know what you should do but can't make yourself do it, you are exactly in the right place. So subscribe now, because the next video is going to show you exactly how your gut brain hijacks your head brain, your best intentions, and what to do in the 5 seconds before it takes over. See that gap between the trigger and the reaction? That's where your whole life is being decided. So let's go get your glasses. I'll see you in the next one.